Good morning, Flosstube. My name is Griffin, and this is Stitching with the Griffin number 70. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Hello, everyone. If you're new here, as I said, my name is Griffin, and this is Stitching with the Griffin. This playlist is predominantly about my cross stitching. I do have some embroidery that I may put in later on and some hand stitching, but for right now, it's all about my cross stitching. If you're a returning subscriber, welcome back, or a returning viewer, welcome back, whether you're a subscriber or not. Thank you everyone for being here. Sorry, I'm trying to fix what you're seeing here. It's early in the morning. It's only like 8:30, so not really early, mid-morning, whatever it is. But it's very overcast. It's foggy. I live in East Texas, so it's higher than normal temperatures right now, but it's still kind of outside. No sun yet, so we'll see how it goes. I did lower the brightness on my screen. It was suggested by one of my viewers that I do that, so we're going to see if that will help with glare and stuff. It does seem to have reduced some. I still get glare on my glasses, but that's normal. But hopefully you'll be able to see things better this time, and yeah, we will go from there. If you're new here, like I said, I am Griffin. This is cross stitching. I try to keep these videos around the the 30-minute mark. Sometimes we go over a little bit. We may go over a little bit more this year because I do have a couple other things that I've been doing, but it shouldn't be much more than that. If you like what you see, I'm very happy, and I do respond to comments. Maybe not right away. I've been a little bit busy, but I will respond, and so feel free to leave comments, suggestions. Please mind your manners. I do have, even though these videos are not made for children, it does not mean that we do not have little ones that are watching. And I try very hard not to curse or do inappropriate things myself, but things happen. Like I said, these are not marked for children, so yeah, I do my best. So let's get to it. I have 3 projects to show you. The first one is one of my focus pieces. I have 2, but this one is one of my focus pieces. It was a restart. I had started on this last year, didn't like what I was doing, so stopped with that. And this year, I restarted it, and on a lower count. Yeah, a lower count. I went from a 25 count easy grid to an 18 count Aida, and I'm liking this a lot better. So this one is the Ankicoleman Designs Map of Middle Earth, and I started up in this corner. This is a full coverage piece. It has a ridiculous amount of, well, not ridiculous, probably about 20 pages maybe. But there it is, and it might be 20 pages. I'll have to look. All I know is I'm on page 1. So started up in that corner right there, and I have to say, I was doing it on 25 count easy grid, half cross, or 10 stitch, which is a half cross, and I've restarted it, like I said, on 18 count Aida, and on 18 count Natural Aida, and I'm doing 2/1 full cross. You see that? That is actually looking a lot better than the 25 count. I like this a lot better. I get to see more detail, and the 2/1 full cross is a lot better. I do not think I will be doing 10 stitch on anything unless it is something that is a more abstract, doesn't need as much detail. So there's that. That is 400 stitches. I don't know what I did with my book. I want to say 400 stitches. 1, 2, yeah. Because I started off, I stitched in the, rang in the New Year stitching, and this was one of the ones that I did, and I started on the very corner, and I did 100 stitches, so I had a 100 stitch block. I did two 100 stitch blocks this way, and 200 100 stitch blocks this way, for a total of 500 stitches altogether, but I did 400 this past week, so there's 500 stitches in there. I am going to try to keep track a little bit better of my stitching count for those of you who are interested. It doesn't matter to me, but some folks like that, so I will try to keep track of the stats, or at least the stitch count. The overall stitch count, according to this, is... okay, it doesn't say, but it is 320 stitches wide by 240 stitches high, so that's a couple 100,000 at least. So, yeah. And this will, the finished size on this should be 17.8 inches by 13.3 inches when it's done. We shall see. We shall see, because I don't know about that. But yeah, so that is the map of Middle Earth, and I will be switching it out today. I'll be switching it out for the Magic of Books, which is my other focus piece for the year, and I am going to be starting on page 4. Sorry, I've got problems here. So page 4 of that, and let me show you where it is, because I did do, sorry, I had it set up and then it fell over. Okay, I do not know why this needle is here. Let's put that there. Okay, so it's on page 4. Sorry. Ooh. Okay, so everybody remembers this from last year, and this is going to be a long piece. So as you see, that little corner right there, this is 16 count Natural Aida, and this is the little corner for starting page 4. So I will be starting that today after I get done with my video, and I will put in however many blocks I can get in this week. And so I'll be working on that. And for those of you who are new, I switched those two out just like I did last year. I will do one focus piece one week, and then I will do the other focus piece another week, and I just swap them out and go from there. That way they get touched, they get worked on, and keeps me from going crazy. I like to have some structure with my stitching. Okay, now the other new thing that I did this year was I have a decision wheel, and now that chooses the other project that I'm going to be working on, and I have 11 or 12 projects on the project wheel, and this one was the one that was chosen first. So this is a kit, a Janlynn kit that I picked up from Walmart when I was there with my friend Misty, and I am making this for her. She does not watch this channel, so she won't know that I'm doing this for her. Last time I said that I talked about this when I was doing the whip parade, I said that I was down here somewhere. I'm actually on this book here, and in this area, right there. And let me get it out for you. So I tried to put in 100 stitches every time I touch this, and I do have a dangling thread. Let me poke this through the back, and then let me poke this through the back, and then you can see what I'm working on. Trying to see where I'm at here. I'll just have to remember not to stitch that. Okay. Alright. So this is being done on the Aida that came in the count, or it came in the kit, which is it says it's a 14 count Aida, but I don't know. This doesn't look like 14 count to me. Maybe so. Anyway, pardon me. So there we go. It's just the book. It's kind of a skinny book. And this was a center center start. So this was supposed to be the middle of it. Not, there's a middle in here somewhere. So I started in the middle, and I'm working this way on the book. So this one, I want to say, was I think I got 300 stitches in this. So it's coming along well, I think. And I will be popping it back into its bag and wherever I put it. Anyway, put that over there. Pretty sure that's the bag. Anyway, I'll be popping that back into its bag, and then moving on to the next one, because I will be doing the decision wheel and picking the new one for this coming week. Now, this third one, I just work on it when I can work on it. And it is the stamp stitch along that I'm doing out of the Cross Stitcher magazine. This is the January 2026 issue. It has this in here, and this is the Valentine's Day stamp. Let me get it out for you. I have to find it. Yep. And I found this one on Readly, but oops. Not as much of a glare. I'm still trying to figure out how to turn the brightness down. Let me see if we can turn the brightness down on here too. Oh yeah, it jumped up to 40%. It was like 80 earlier. So let me see if that will help. Oh, that does better. So there we go. Little lovebirds here. I am doing the background, which is that dark blue, and then the black. And I wasn't sure I was going to like that. Still not sure I'm going to like that. But I'm doing it because I'm pretty sure I hope the birds will pop on this. So that's 200 stitches roughly in there. And as you can see, I mean, it's pretty dark. The background is pretty dark. So hopefully those birds will pop out. It's got some pretty nice colors in it, so we'll see how that goes. If not, there's some frogging in my future. This one is being done on 11 count white Aida, 2/1. All of them are 2/1 full cross, using the called for DMC colors. So 11 count, 16 count Natural Aida, 18 count Natural Aida, and no, sorry, that's 11 count. The pile of books is 14 count Aida, white Aida, And then Map of Middle Earth is 18 count Natural Aida. There we go. And all of them are, like I said, are 2/1 full cross using DMC colors. And let's see, what else? Wow. I think I got everything done. There's not much to it, really. I have the 3 projects, that's all. So, let me do the spin. And then, where did it go? I'm going to spin the wheel. There's the wheel. Oh, nope. Where's my wheel? It's been doing this to me lately. I don't understand what... Okay, there's the wheel. Okay. Alright. Is the one? Yes. There's my wheel. For some reason it gives me... Ah, yes. Alright, the new one. Let me see if I can find it in here now. Where did you go? I have them locked up in here. Where did it go? Alright, this was the one that I was hoping would come up. And no, I did not jinx this. I did not rig it in any way, shape, or form. It's the kitties! It's the little kitty box. So I'm going to put this together, and no, it's one box, but it's showing the different sides. So it's one box, one cube. I want to do this, and that means that I have to hurry up and kit up my Xiuspring Stitches Yeti. Let me see. Sorry, I need to dig through here. The Adventure Sampler with the Yeti. So that's going to come after I finish the box. This is what's going to come up. This is what I've got anyway, this is going to be a stitch along. So as soon as I get the box done, I've got to kit this up so I can do a stitch along with Marcy from Ankicoleman Studio Designs, I think, Ankicoleman Studio, and also Hannah, the Okie Stitcher. Right, Hannah? Okie Stitcher? Yeah, the Okie Stitcher. She has one too. She's got several patterns to choose from. If you want to be a part of this this stitch along, all you need to do is have a Xiuspring Stitcher pattern chart. It doesn't have to be this one. It can be any one that she does. So the Xiuspring Stitches, any one of hers. If you've got one or want to get one, and then let me know. You can even email me and send me progress pictures, and I will show them with your permission. Not started this yet. I need to kit it up, as you can tell, but I wanted to do the box for I needed to do the box first because it's going to be the first one I will get done. It will be my first finish of the year, probably full finish of the year, so I'm excited about that. I also have a secret stitch that I'm doing for one of my viewers, but I can't show it to you until after it's done and they've received it and they've let me know I can show it. I don't want to spill the beans and, run the surprise. So, if you're just interested in the stitching portion of this program, then we're done. And I will see you, next week about, when I do the next video. I release these videos for those of you who are new. I release my videos every Wednesday at 2 p.m. Central Time, Central U.S. Time. So you can expect to see another one next week, and it will show you some of the things we did, and I might just have the box done. I don't know yet. I'm excited. It's so cute. But yes, so I will see you, and thank you so much for stopping in. Please like, subscribe, ring the bell if that's what you want to do. Drop a comment if that's what you want to do. No hard sell, no hard push. Just, you do you. And if you like what you see, I hope that you will return and see me again. Okay. For those of you who are still here, I have some books to review. These are all by Kate Allenton, Allenton. There's one set that she has. There's actually 7 books in this set. I've read the first 3 so far. There's Grave Wrong, Grave Mistake, and Grave Shelter. Yes, they're murder mysteries with some paranormal in there, and also something called a slow burn romance. I don't mind those. I like that she puts in the romance, she puts in a little bit of the hanky-panky, but there's no, in-your-face porn. She kind of glosses over that. Not that she's being, a prude or anything, it's just that's not what drives the story. So, the romance is there, and it's sweet, and it's beautiful, but it's not the end all and be all of the book. It meshes in well. Think J.D. Robb's Dallas and Rourke meets the supernatural, and you've got it. Except for the lead character is not a cop. The other one that I read by her is called Dark Shadows. This one is a psychic oversight book that's part of this series. I forgot to write down. Okay, yeah. No, I forgot to write down what hers is, because each one of them is like a set, and so they have an anyway. So those are good. I also read the entire box set of the Federal Bureau of Magic box set. There's 7 books in that by Annabelle Chase, and they are pretty good. I still like my murder mysteries. I'm starting to move away from the cozy mysteries. I got a little burnt out on them. I'm into the supernatural, mostly the ghost stuff, because I do like scary ghost stories. These are not really scary. They're a little disturbing in some parts, so you may not want to, if you're sensitive in that manner, you may not want to read these. But I also am I am also moving back towards Patterson and his crime books, his murder mystery books. I am listening on audiobook to First to Die. I believe that's that set of books. I believe it's called First to Die. And it's interesting. I like that stuff. I will eventually get back to doing other things. But as far as my cross-stitching goes, and the books that I read, that's it. Still making my way through Midsummer Murders. I'm on season 8. Troy, if you know the series, Troy has left and is now an inspector. So now he has Sergeant Scott, who is a city boy who has been sent to the country for whatever reason. They never say. And he has decided that he likes Midsommar finally. He likes the country finally. And the episode, and I forgot about this episode, the episode that I just finished, which I think is either 2 or 3 of the season, Scott threatens to hit, to hit the suspect. Really go after him to get some kind of information from him. And Barnaby stops him. And so then they have this little conversation later on about the different tactics they use to get what they need. And Barnaby tells him, you can't hit a suspect because that makes it personal. You cannot assault them. It makes it personal. And so then Scott's like, well, what about when we broke into the building? He's like, oh no, that's for the good of the investigation. And what if we did this? Oh, this was also good for the investigation. So he's justifying the not so by the book tactics that they use, by saying it's good for the investigation, while also letting Scott know that there is a line that they do not cross. Violence is not a line that they cross. You can grab someone and you can shake them a little bit, I guess, as part of the cuffing. You can cuff them a little roughly, but you cannot hit them. You cannot cause them any kind of bodily harm. Unless, of course, they're trying to bodily harm you. But in that case, the suspect was not trying to cause anybody bodily harm. He was just being a putz. So, I thought that was really good that, they'd had this discussion, because apparently Scott came from the Met, which is a big city police department over there in Janlynn, and apparently some of the people that he ran around with and did, his job with, were not above, hitting people, apparently. So I like that Barnaby is giving Scott, some kind of structure, some kind of boundary, some kind of moral code, I guess, or code of conduct, not moral code, but a code of conduct that he can follow that would keep him out of trouble and keep him from being the bully boy that I'm sure a lot of police officers can be and are, in the big cities or anywhere. With Troy, he was teaching him to be more tolerant of different lifestyles. Troy at one time expressed great distaste for a homosexual man, and eventually, Barnaby teaches him to be more tolerant, more open-minded, and just, not judge people based on who you perceive them to be. Get to know them, get to see how they are. And Troy grew a lot from that, and I'm hoping that I can see that Scott will, he does still have some prejudice, but not like that. But, he has a problem with rich people, which I'm sure a lot of people do. But, yeah, so the series is good. I'm still watching it, still making my way through it. I am re-watching it, wanting to catch up to season 25, which is the newest one. And they keep saying it's going to end, and it's going to end, but then they come back with another season, so I don't know, if it ever comes to an end. It probably will. It's gone 25 seasons so far, and that's pretty long. I think the only one that's ran longer for a British show is Doctor Who. But Doctor Who is a science fiction show. It's not a cop show, so the comparison really doesn't measure up. I don't remember if there is one here in the U.S. that has ran as long as that. I don't think so. I don't think any show here in the U.S. has ran 25 seasons. If I'm wrong, let me know. But that's it. I've hit the halfway mark, the 30-minute mark. And so I thank you all for being here and for staying to this end. Next week, you'll get 2 videos. You'll get my cross stitch video and you'll get my crochet video, because I'm doing crochet videos every 2 weeks now. So I have some things to show you for that. And you'll see my progress for the cross stitch projects that I am doing this week then. So I hope everyone has a wonderful week, and I will see you on the flip side.